Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us. I'm really happy to be back with you. I'm Carrie Hodson from the Bay Area, and tonight we're going to have a beautiful evening of meditation and music again. So tonight is Deepening the Silence, day 73, Vibratory Awareness and Compassion. So if you're new here or you've missed any classes, remember you can always watch the recordings on our website. And we also have one-to-one help with a Sahaja Yoga practitioner after the course in the breakout rooms. So the new goal, as you remember from this 21-day course, is to sustain longer periods of silence and to really go deeper in our meditation through the silence. And that's going to be able to help you carry over into your own individual meditation outside of the group. So the topic from Tuesday was improving our attention. I hope you enjoyed that one. And today we're going to do the vibratory awareness and compassion. So when we talk about vibratory awareness, we're talking about what you're feeling on your hands or in your centers. So we'll have the foot soak and the meditation as we always do. So I hope you have your foot soak ready to go. And then following that, we'll have the talk with Shri Mataji. And then we'll have our musical guest who always brings us into a deeper meditation. So that's going to be really great. And then we'll have some presenters sharing at the end. So a little bit of discussion about the topic. And then, so you have the option of joining us for that, or you can ask to be moved into a breakout room. So let me go ahead and introduce our friends tonight. So we have Alan Richards. Alan, do you want to just say hello to everybody and let us know where you're
Sure. Hello, everybody. Welcome, and thank you for joining us for this sharing in this evening together. My name's Alan. I've been practicing Sahaja Yoga for, well, most of my life, so multiple decades, and we've lived in many places in our lives, in Scotland, in India, in England, in Hawaii, and finally now in Texas. And the nice thread that connects us all is Sahaja Yoga, which has been a big part of our lives.
Great. Thank you for sharing a little bit about yourself. It's always nice to hear. And Paulo, Hi, good evening.
Hello, good evening to everyone.
With us?
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to the ones who will be watching this after. It's a pleasure to be here, to be invited to perform tonight. My name is Paulo Vinicius. I will be performing for the meditation time, and will be around 10 minutes. I will be presenting some classical, Western classical pieces in the guitar for you, and I hope you enjoy. I am part of Seven Eyes, which is a duo. It's like world music. I was asked to speak a little bit about it, but actually to optimize this, if you would like to follow us, please go to Seven Eyes Official and you will find us on YouTube, on Instagram, and etc. It's a pleasure. Good evening and enjoy.
Great. So just wanted to remind everyone that Paolo has studied from some of the top musicians in the world, and he's traveled extensively. And I just wanted to remind everyone that Seven Eyes has really an interesting meaning behind it. Do you want to just tell us quickly what it really entails? What is Seven Eyes about? Why did you call the duo Seven Eyes?
Well, that was an inspiration which came to us after a meditation. We were searching for a name, and this name came to us, and it felt really nice. And you can relate that to many different things. Here in Sahaja, we learn about the 7 chakras. We also like to connect, build bridges in between cultures. So we sing in different languages with different rhythms as well, and different instruments. So we add a lot of elements of Indian music as well as Western music. And so we had the chance to perform for the UN several times in New York, but also in Geneva. And this is because we bring these different elements and languages, building this connection in between cultures.
Great. Thank you so much for that little added explanation. So we're going to join Paolo later on. So he'll lead us through meditation and music later on in the program. But for now, I'm going to disappear, and Paolo and Alan is going to lead us through our evening foot soak and meditation and introduce the topic as well.
Sure. Okay, so I'm going to lead us through a foot soak together. Sahaja Yoga is very much an experience, not a philosophy or something you can read or buy. So we're going to have an experience together with this foot soak. As Kerry said, I hope you've all got your foot soaking equipment handy. If not, now's the time to get it in place. A tub with lukewarm water, a little bit of salt in it. Before we begin, I wanted, just in case there's some new people here, just to give a very, very brief overview of the system, the subtle system within us. And if I could have the slide with the chakra chart pulled up if possible. Okay, so this diagram on the right of the screen shows the energy centers within us and the 3 channels. The 3 channels, the left one is our emotional side, our power of desire. The right side is our active side, our power of doing and thinking. And the center channel is the channel of evolution. So most of us operate on these 3 channels. Sometimes we're a little bit more to one side by nature or to the other side. And then the central channel threads through the chakras, the energy centers. And these energy centers are located in different parts of the body. As you can see, they are connected with the functions in that part of the body. And I'm going very quickly here, but for example, the heart, number 4, is connected with breathing, and the lungs and the air element. So each chakra has a function within the body that it looks after. It also has an emotional aspect and a physical aspect and certain qualities. So these are like building blocks within us. They make up what we are. To give an example, the first chakra, the number one at the bottom, has the quality of innocence and wisdom. And that's the quality that babies have. There's no deceit or anything. It's just pure innocence and wisdom. So that's the quality of that chakra. And then each of the chakras above has its own quality. And as we go through the foot soak, I'll mention those briefly, but we want to leave a little time for being able to meditate on each center. Then also shown on this chart, how it shows how each of our fingers is connected to one of the centers by the color coding. So the heart center is connected to our pinky fingers, the red color. And that represents how our hands reflect our state of our system within us. That if we feel a tingling or a burning even on any finger, it indicates there's a blockage on that related chakra. If everything is working well, then we feel coolness. So this is the vibratory awareness that we're focusing on this evening, is what we actually feel either within our body on the centers or in our hands as tingling or coolness in the hands, or a sense of flow, cool breeze across the hands, or cool breeze at the top of the head. Okay, so we can come back to the main screen and we'll begin the foot soak. So if you have your bowl ready, let's put our feet in the water and have our towel and rinse water handy. Let's place our feet in the water and just take a minute to relax. Take a few deep breaths, 3 really deep breaths. Hold it for a minute while you're taking that breath in. One more. And just relax. Sit comfortably, relax our shoulders, relax our legs, relax our head, relax our neck. You can close your eyes if you like, or keep them open. I'm going to describe what we'll do, so if you wish to close your eyes, that's fine. So we're going to go through the chakras one by one, starting at the first chakra we talked about. And so let's just put our attention at the very base of the spine, where the Kundalini energies housed in the sacrum bone, and below that is this first center. So it's like the innocence and wisdom is a protection, a guardian of the Kundalini energy, which is our desire for union or for connection. So let's put our attention on that lowest chakra for a minute or two. Just see what we're feeling. What are we feeling inside ourselves or in our hands? So now we'll move up to the second chakra. The second chakra is around the area of the hips. So if we keep our left hand resting on our lap with the palm upwards, the left side is our receiving side and the right side is our active side. So we're going to put our right hand, we're going to put our right hand on our left hip bone from the front. This center, the second center, is the center of knowledge and creativity. Let's just keep our attention inside, focused on that chakra. And we can just pray inside ourselves, asking, please, can we have true knowledge Please can we have the pure knowledge. Then we're going to slide our right hand up to the left side of the stomach, keeping it on the left side. This third center is the center in the body, everything to do with our sustenance, our everything that sustains us in life, our food, our money, our job, our home, our house, our family, all the things that provide us sustenance in life. So the quality of this center is contentment, a feeling that I've got everything that I could possibly want. So let's focus on this center. Please may I feel content and satisfied and peaceful. We'll slide our right hand up to the heart, put our hand on our heart on the left side. The heart center has the qualities of bravery, courage, fearlessness, and all the qualities of a good heart, of generosity, open-heartedness. So we just pray inside ourselves to say, please may I feel protected and loved. So the next chakra is the throat center, and we'll put our right hand on our on our shoulder, on our left shoulder, just in the bend of the neck and the shoulder, and sort of grip that part with our right hand. So this throat center has the quality of our communication, obviously. It's to do with our relationships and our sweet communication, so that when we talk to people, they feel that sweetness. So this is the center which is to do with our feeling of being part of a larger whole, part of humanity, connected to each other. And this, on the left side, this part of the chakra gets messed up if we feel guilty. So just pray inside ourselves and say, I'm not guilty. I'm not guilty for anything. I'm not guilty at all. Say it with conviction. Now the next chakra is in the forehead, so we can place our right hand across the forehead, tilt our head down a little bit to rest in the palm of the right hand. We can grip the sides of the forehead. And this center is to do with forgiveness. So let's just say inside ourselves, I forgive everybody. I forgive everyone. And I forgive myself. And finally, the last chakra is at the top of the head. So we take our right hand and stretch the fingers back so that the skin in the palm of the hand is taut, and place that right on top of the head, right at the soft spot where babies have. So then we can just massage the scalp, move it in a clockwise direction gently 7 times, as though if you're looking down from the top, it would be clockwise. So front, right, back, left. Slowly move the scalp. This center is the center for union, for yoga, for connection. So here we just pray, please let me have this connection to the all-pervading power. Then keeping our attention inside ourselves on the same spot at the top of the head, we can raise our right hand up a little bit, an inch or two above the top of the head, and just see if we feel any coolness there. And bring both hands back down onto the lap, and just sit in meditation just for 1 minute. Okay, now we can take our feet out of the water and rinse off our feet and dry them with a towel, and set the bowl off to the side. Okay, so next on the program is a talk by Shri Mataji. It was given in 1999, and it talks about the qualities that a guru has.
But if you really don't fix your attention to one person or 10 persons only, then your attention looks after the whole world. It receives all the information, and also it gives all the information what is to be done to correct the situation. So one has to rise into that state where you do not get angry, annoyed, upset. No, not at all. What happens to you? That you see a situation, and in that you are not involved. See the situation and you are away from it. Then you can solve that problem better. But if you are part and parcel of that problem, then you cannot solve. It's like this, I was telling, that those who are fighting, say, cannot solve the problem. But a person who is not fighting can solve the problem. So it's a very simple thing to understand that if you are identified, if you are involved with one person or with one kind of a thing, then you are lost. So our attention has to be always free and can be applied widely, wherever needed. That is the state one has to reach. If you reach that state of mind, it's not I'm saying you can do anything about it, it's just a state of mind. Now, how do we do that? Only through introspection. Through introspection, you will understand that you need help to solve your problems. Firstly, the problem is how to face yourself, because you are a little bit shy or maybe nervous about it. As the time comes, you'll be amazed that this nervousness has no meaning at all. When you try to be deliberate about it, then it won't work out. But if you are Sahaj, it will work out. So we come to the second point, apart from the attention, that we should leave everything into the hands of Param Chaitanya. Let the Param Chaitanya solve the problem. This is the problem, let Param Chaitanya solve the problem. We are not bothered. So a detachment comes. You give the whole thing to Param Chaitanya to solve. So you are not in it, you are away from it. Very, very simple things are there. That if you understand that we suffer because everybody feels responsible for us. Everybody thinks they are responsible, they have to do this responsibility for us. Somebody says, this responsibility he has to do. All these things are worrying them. And that is the reason today we have a very complex society. They are suffering from all kinds of diseases in which only thinking is responsible. By this thinking all the time, thinking about one person, thinking about one problem, you reach nowhere. At that moment, what you have to do is to leave it to the Param Chaitanya. If it goes to the Param Chaitanya, it will manage. It will solve the problem. How things can be improved? By understanding what is the most important thing is to love. But love is truth, and truth is love. If you have love for somebody, genuine love, then anything you want to do with that person will be absolutely obvious because it will be truthful. Anything you say to such a person will be absolutely obvious, clear-cut, because it is absolutely truthful. So when you are dealing with somebody also, you should be extremely truthful. Of course, you need not say things that will hurt him, but you must use such ways and methods that will not in any way hurt the other person, which will have an effect on that person. So this kind of a gurus we need now very much in Sahaja Yoga, because Sahaja Yoga has spread a lot. So first of all, our temper has to be brought into proper shape. A guru has no business, I mean the Sahaja guru, has no business to lose temper at all, on any point whatsoever. If they can really do that much, it will save our so much of worry, so much of problems, so much of mess we create. All this can be solved very easily. But first we must have pure love in our heart. Not love out of some gain or out of some sort of reward, but pure love if we have, then we can work it out very easily, anything that you want to do.
Just feel those notes resonating within us. Keeping our hands open, we'll just be silent for a little bit. Just take a deep breath. And as we exhale, we'll just put our hand on our heart. Attention is deep in the heart. You can just ask the vibrations come into our heart. Let me experience the depth. Let's take that right hand and put it at the top of the abdomen in the center. Just letting the breath flow in and out. Deeper into our abdomen. Here we can feel our attention is detached. With that detachment, we have that sensitivity the vibrations. Just now place pointer finger on the right hand, just at the base of the throat. Just gently into that dip in the base of the throat. Let's tip our head back a little bit, as if our attention is upward. Or we can say, let me expand my vision. My vibrational awareness. Flow out to the whole world. The universe. And place the hand palm of the Sahasrara now. Just press it. And here we can ask the vibrations. Ask our mother, Kundalini. Just for that deeper experience in the Sahasrara. We can massage it on clockwise. And then raise our hand above our head. Move the Kundalini from the base of the spine to the crown of the head a few times. Just asking for more of these vibrations to flow. And relax our hand back into our neck. A deep breath. And as we exhale, just go into the silence in the Sahasrara. When the mind brings in a thought, you can say, I forgive these thoughts. Just witness, just watch the part of ourselves that resists the silence. The hands are open, the heart is open, just receiving vibrations. We'll just place our hand once again at the base of the throat, the right hand. And we can ask, Mother, let me be the witness. Please make me the witness of my thoughts, of my reactions. Give ourselves a stretch. And we can go ahead and just take our right hand, move it up the chakras to the top of the head. And just see the difference from when we started tonight. We had the foot soak, the beautiful music, the silence. So we hold our hands out in front of us and just see what we feel. Just ask, Mother, please let these vibrations flow. So beautiful, beautiful vibrations. Let's go ahead and close with raising the Kundalini and tying it up above our head. Push our head back and watch as we move. Really increases the sensitivity to vibrations when you're so integrated with your hands and moving the vibrations in the bandhan. Going over each center one by one, 2, 7 centers. And we can bring our hands together and bow to the Mother Kundalini. Bow to our own spirit and bow to each other for this beautiful meditation that we share collectively. So now we're at the point in the program where we have a few announcements, and then we will go on to the part where we have a discussion and people can join the breakout rooms and have some one-to-one with a yogi. So as always, the 21-day is Thursdays through Tuesday, August 22nd, but we do the actual program session Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. And then Monday, Wednesday, Friday, the alternate days, we have a group foot soak, everybody from all over the country. It's really fun. So I'm sure a lot of you have joined that, but so the course content is on during the sessions, and then the foot soak is a little more freestyle. So this Sunday, we will review the position of the chakras on our hands. So Alan showed us a little bit of that, and we all have those subtle system handouts. But really getting to know that and learning how to collectively clear the subtle system will bring you to that next level. And this is about which chakra is blocked. So you're going to get to really dive deeply into how we have those imbalances when we feel that on our vibrations and how we can deal with that. So, and then our program resources again, you can always request a mentor, and you can join the community on the WhatsApp group, which has quotes and announcements, and just a really good way for the whole collective to be together on WhatsApp. And then we have the live YouTube sessions that are the recorded sessions as well. And the handouts are available on the website. So the URL there is there, and also the QR code. So anything you missed, you can always go back and check it out. So now we have the interactive workshop in a breakout room. So if you want to go into a breakout room, just type it in the chat, and a Sahaja Yoga teacher will be there to help. And also if you have some personal questions about what you're feeling, especially like we talked about vibrations tonight, and maybe you'd like to ask some specific questions about maybe you felt something on individual chakras, and you can review what's been covered in the program as well if you have a chance to get into one of those sessions. So at this point, we will change gears a little bit. I'm going to invite a guest back, and we'll have a chance to have a little bit of discussion about the topic. So you can do that. You can hang out with us here, or you can go into your breakout room and meet with a Sahaja Yogi. Hello again. That was a great session. I hope you enjoyed it too. I love the foot soak at the beginning because it's like that preparation, and gets us out of the cares of the day, and more sort of more receptive to actually feeling the vibrations, our own vibrations. So one of the interesting things about this topic, and it's something that comes up a lot with people who are kind of new to vibrational awareness, or vibratory awareness, is what do we mean by vibratory awareness in Sahaja Yoga? And so why don't you go ahead and take that on?
Sure.
Talking about vibrate. Remember that Beach Boys songs, Good Vibration, and it kind of got that into the collective consciousness about vibrations. Like what is that?
Yeah. Okay, I'll take a shot at it. I would start by saying that I know everybody's different, so we may get different answers from different people, but I hope this is helpful. So what do you mean by vibratory awareness? And I would say that when you get your realization, when you get self-realization, the subtle system within us is switched on. So that chart that you saw with the channels, the chakras, is like it's switched on. And the effect of that, the result of that, could be that you feel joy more often. You feel like we had that beautiful music. It just went straight to the heart, and it opened everything up. You feel lighter, you feel better. But I think actually the answer is that all of those things, the sort of lightness and the general well-being that you feel after meditation, is kind of subjective. This vibratory awareness is absolutely scientific. It's a feeling that you really feel on your fingers, or in your body, or above your head. So, and different people are different. I know for me, it took a long time to get there. I didn't feel anything like that for more than a year after I came to Sahaja Yoga. But I've known people who felt it on the same night.
And we also notice that sometimes people don't have much sensitivity on the hands, but they might feel
Right.
like feel it on the chakra itself. So that's just as valid, isn't it, to sort of have this response.
Yeah. And it's just a feeling, almost like a magnet, that you're now drawn to Sahaja Yoga, drawn to the company of the group of Sahaja Yogis. I loved spending time with them. Something is switched on and pulls you in from that point on.
Yeah, and it's up. Sometimes you feel that that those vibrations going straight up, and especially when you're in the company of other realized souls. Or I just wanted to mention that because a lot of people ask when they start to get this vibratory awareness, it's almost like they're getting on a bicycle for the first time, and they're sort of like, whoa, you know. And one of the things people ask a lot of times is, how do I know? Because I say, well, you know, you might go into the supermarket and you'll feel your left knobby or something all of a sudden, you know. And then when you leave that place, it goes away, and you think, you know, there's a vibration there. But a lot of people ask, how do I know if it's me, or if it's them, or if it's this place? And it's something that people grapple with a lot more, I think, when it's a new experience. Can you maybe shine a light on, like, does it really matter whether it's you or them, or, you know,
I
what?
think you know, one of the effects of self-realization is that your guiding instincts become stronger. You may not always follow them. You wish you had afterwards, but your guiding instincts become more. You're more aware of things, and it really comes with experience. I mean, you just have these experiences that reinforce again and again that what the vibrations were telling you was real or right. And it's when it happens many times, you come to just realize there's something there.
Right. And I think one of the things that I would say to that too is, the more that we meditate on our own, silently, the more we start to figure out the signature tune that we're playing, and then it makes it that much more interesting when you get into the whole collective
Mhm.
part. Because I think that it can be a little confusing in the beginning, but once you get to know yourself, um, you know, it always works both ways. It's an inner work, and it's
Mhm.
an outer kind of intuitive or guidance system. So you have this really interesting guidance system. And you could say that, well, you know, I used to, before realization, I used to, like, I get a creepy feeling about this and stay away from it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
We do have that, but the added um, dimension to this vibratory awareness inside yoga is that we know what it signifies. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, so
So,
not that we didn't have intuition before, but now
yeah.
we have a huge dimension of 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 awareness. That's
So you mentioned walking into a supermarket, and it's almost like the opposite of a vicious circle. It's a virtuous circle that your vibrations guide you to pick up the best fruit, and that's more healthy for you, and your everything improves just because you got that extra guidance that you.
yes, yes. I remember in the beginning, kind of going around like a helicopter,
Yes.
and you know, I went when I was with my family again. They were like, you know, you go around like that a lot, you know. And I was like, yeah, but it's really interesting because when I see this, and so you know, it was like I said, it's like you start modulating a little bit as you get further along down the road. Um, so what was it like when you first realized that you had become sensitive? Like
Yeah.
you did take a year.
I took
Or-
a year and I felt a little bit of a fraud because I knew all the other side yogis were feeling things, and to be honest, I wasn't. I was feeling things in the sense of being connected to them and everything, but I wasn't actually feeling on my hands. And the breakthrough was that Shri Mataji arranged for me to go to India for a job. She arranged a position for me with a construction company, and I was in Delhi. And the first time I met all the Sahaja Yogis was I didn't know a single person in India until I went to the center in Delhi. Um, I realized they were really, really feeling the vibrations. I mean, their system must have been a lot clearer. I mean, was a lot clearer than mine. And they were, I could tell they were just, they would stand next to me and I knew they were checking me out. They were really feeling the vibrations. And it's when I made that visit to India that I started to feel quite clearly on the hands and all these other sensations. But maybe, I mean, my system must have been quite messed up when I first came to Sahaja Yoga, because I wasn't feeling that. And so anybody who's new, who is not sure if they feel anything, just have patience, because it can take time, and it doesn't mean that it's not working.
Right. So your advice to them is go to India. No.
Yeah.
Sometimes when we get out of our comfort zone, as they call it, or maybe a place where we have the most conditionings, we're a lot more open and sensitive to it.
Yeah.
And it is great to be in India for sure, from a vibrational perspective. I think there was nothing like it in terms of like having that huge shift for me anyway. So a couple other things we can use as a jumping off place for conversation is when you experience the relationship, because we talked about the compassion side of this. So experiencing that relationship between having that vibrational awareness and how does it relate to, how do you relate it to yourself? Like having compassion for yourself. In other words, frame it a little differently. Maybe before Sahaja Yoga, there can be quite a lot of confusion within about, you know something. Sometimes you know something's off, but you don't know what it relates to, or how to figure it out inside yourself. So how do you feel that compassion when you feel catches, for example, when you know that there's an imbalance? How do you feel that having that knowledge gives you also this added little goodie of self-compassion?
So I feel grateful that God has made us this way, that there is this extra guide for our spiritual journey, that this is something unheard of. I'd never heard of feeling vibrations or feeling the vibratory awareness. And now you can check vibrations, you can get that extra reinforcement that this is the right way to go. So that's the feeling I have mostly in relation to myself, is just feeling grateful that there's this extra guide in our journey, because that wish, that desire to to understand why are we here and what are we doing, where are we going, all of those things is fulfilled, and if you can make that progress.
Yeah, good point. It's like having that rudder on your boat, right? If
Right.
it's rudderless, it just kind of drifts
Right.
over the place, and it doesn't really keep us, on the path. For myself, I mean, we talked about this a little bit earlier before the program. When I came, I had already been experiencing a little pain in my heart, and I was only like 19 or 20 years old, and it was like, how can I have pain in my heart? And there was nothing wrong with my physical heart, but it was pronounced. And when I came to feel the vibrations, immediately there was this very strong sensation on my left pinky. And, I could see on the chart, my heart, my pinky, I'd already been experiencing something like, like a little pain or a twinge. And like also like, difficult to take a deep breath sometimes because it would hurt. in a certain spot. And right away, you know, somebody who was working on the vibrations with me, they said, "Oh, what's going on with your mother?" You know, I was a bit defensive about it. I was like, whoa, you know, like, you know a little bit too much for my liking. But there was so much, it was so joyful in the room and so easygoing that, you know, my defenses came down, and I was sort of like, well, actually there, you know, that was a problematic situation growing up. And it was like, suddenly I just had this different perspective on it. I don't know what it was, but it did shift into like, did some kind of detachment about it. It was like, oh yeah, Carrie has this thing in her heart, and you know, it was like having that physical sensation and having that vibratory sensation was like, it just told it was like suddenly things just lined up in terms of like understanding, you know, why people are going through what they're going through, you know?
Right.
And you know, and that we're really all in this together. It's not like, you know, it's not like yogis are standing up this,
Yeah.
you know, you just, like you said, you just have this gratitude that you can feel that. And then the other part of the question is, how does that translate into compassion for other people when you know that, you know, there's a catch, there's an imbalance, and you can feel it, and it's you know, directly something that's impacting this other person's chakras. Like,
Yeah.
it's like the judgment is different, you know, it changes into compassion.
Yeah, I feel you can't help other people unless you're okay yourself first. So I think that's you know, you have a desire that your friends would all get self-realization and all of those things, but it does come back to how we are inside ourselves that's going to the matter. And in Shri Mataji's video we listened to, one of the things she said was that yogis may have trouble facing themselves. They may not want to face up to what's going on inside, because the battle is inside. The battle to be the better person is happening inside us. And in the talk she said, if you just let it all go, let the divine energy take care of it, then all the problems will be solved. So I thought that was a nice lesson.
Yeah, that really tied into, I really heard that too in the talk, that really came into the awareness. And it was, it's one of the things I know, because the theme for this batch, you know, as it were, is, you know, as we deepen in the silence, we notice that there's a lot of resistance to silence. There's a lot of resistance to just letting these vibrations work on us. It's like there's that part of our mind that's kind of trying to control or judging ourselves or whatever.
I'm feeling you have to do something. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I can't just sit here and be silent. It's I gotta, but if you can break through that, there's this whole flood of love and compassion and just clearance. You can feel you can really feel that your thoughts are creating a vibration, and your silence is allowing that divine vibration to come in. It's like I wouldn't get too hung up on the catches. Like we've got to feel them. We've got to be sensitive to the imbalances, but getting the mind too engaged in what is, too much analysis and everything. And one of the things that we can do in meditation is notice how after some time the silence is just what clears it all, right? The silence. And just being able to hang in there for 5 minutes more, 10 minutes more, and building, especially if everyone here listening, and I hope everyone takes this to heart, that you don't want to just be on a maintenance program of clearing, like, oh, I feel this, let's clear it. Oh, I feel this, let's clear it. But let's clear it, but then let's go further. Let's just extend the meditation if you can. Just stay with it, and keep bringing the attention back to the silence, and the breakthroughs that you get are amazing, and be able to maintain that state of thoughtless awareness for longer. And then you bring that to the collective, you bring that to your friends that you want to give realization to. That's what you're bringing, is a more clear system, a lighter system. So you're absolutely right. It's our own inner work. It's our own commitment to ourselves. Did you want to add anything else, or I think that's a good place to kind of.
Just to say the music was beautiful, and music is also very helpful to go straight to the chakras, that you can sort of, without any mental activity at all, you can just, the music can lift you up and make you feel better. And that was very beautiful tonight.
Yeah, those harmonics at the end were just like, every one of them was like, and so we're really lucky in Sahaja Yoga to have people like Paolo and all the folks that have come on this journey with us on the musical level. It's just been unbelievable how what it brings to our meditation.
Yeah.
And so yes, thank you to Paolo for doing that. And so with that, we'll go ahead and end the session. And there's some folks in breakout rooms who will be continuing. And if you want to continue on with your meditation, we'll play some music. Thank you so much to Alan Richards for co-hosting tonight, and to Paolo, and a very deep thank you to Shri Mataji, Nirmala Devi, and to all of you who joined us.